I recently received a thermal imaging camera from Vevor, right here. And this is, they got different models, but this is one of their better, more high-end ones. And in this video, I'm going to show you what all you can do with a thermal imaging camera. What are they good for? Do you need one? You know, that's what we're going to cover. And I'm going to show you how it will make your job so much easier on different things and who all uses these, what kind of trades use them, and things like that. So let me show you what's in the box and we'll go ahead and get started. Now, I have already been playing with this, but I just put everything back in the box just so I can show you how it came. There's your instruction manual with it right there. It's actually a pretty good manual compared to a lot of manuals you get from Vevor. This one's a lot better quality. All right, we got that. Then we got the actual camera. And hey, this thing looks good. You got your power button. It does have an SD card, a little mini SD card right up in here, and it's also got a place to charge it. It does come with a charging cable, but the charging cable is in the house. When I first got it, I brought it up to 100%. And I've had this thing for probably close to a month, but your SD card comes in there. And this is a little cover for it. I'm going to throw this box out now that I'm doing this video, and I'll just keep it in this little cover here. But that's basically it. And it's just power on. And you can record video, or you can record or make snapshots, either way. It's also got a light on it. You got to power it up before the light will come on, but if you need to illuminate anything, system is initializing. Okay, but yeah, right there. That kind of throws a light on things if you need it. Go ahead and power this back down. All right, there we go. So there's that. And first thing I want to do, since I'm right here in my garage, is I've got a car right here in the driveway that was dropped off for me to do an AC job on it. It needs a new compressor. Actually, it needs a new compressor clutch, but the guy decided to get the compressor because he just bought it. We don't know if the compressor is any good or not. So instead of taking a chance on just the clutch, we're going to do the whole thing. It's not that much more. So, but anyway, I'm going to use that car as a guinea pig, and we're going to go over a few things on an automobile. I mean, there's a lot more you can do with it, but I'm going to show you a few things on the automobile, then we're going to move into other things. All right, so there's a lot of uses for this tool, and the first thing that comes to my mind is automotive. You may have heard the term parasitic draw. That's when you wake up in the morning and your battery's dead. You have your battery checked. It's shows good, nothing wrong with the battery, but it's dying overnight or in a day or two. That's because something is still left on in the car and it didn't go fully asleep. When you turn a car off, close all the doors, normally 10-15 minutes it goes to sleep, and nothing should be on to drain the battery. But when you get a parasitic draw, something has decided to stay in the on position. So one way you can try that is to take and put your tool on here, and you can look at these relays, and if you see any heat signature on these relays, then you know exactly the problem. Well, you will know the problem once you identify which relay that is to find out which circuit it's on. Now there's a thing with not just this camera but all thermal imaging cameras, and it's called thermal reflection. And basically, if you got any kind of glossy surface like this right in here where it's glossy, or even this plastic sometimes, it'll look like it's hot. Let me just show you here. All right, there's a fuse block. As you can see, everything is cold in there. All these relays right here are cold, but now if I move this up a certain position, it might give the appearance that they're actually glowing, but they're not. They're all cold. Now you see that metal piece, how it's reflecting? That's what I'm talking about. You got to watch that, because that could give you the illusion that that's actually hot, and it's not. It's just reflecting light, surrounding light, and giving the heat signature of something else. But you can see these relays are very cold. Now I'm going to start this thing up, give it a few minutes, and we'll take a look at them then. Now this exhaust, I did back this car up. If you look at the exhaust, you can see it's still glowing. It's still warm. It's not hot. The hotter it gets, the brighter this gets and the color changes. And you just got to get familiar with it. But this is a very good use for this tool as far as finding the parasitic draws. Now, if you'll notice on this screen, you have a maximum and a minimum temperature, and then the actual temperature up above that. That temperature at the very top where it says 68.3, 68.6, that's because I'm moving this around. That's the actual temperature. Now, if I move to this exhaust manifold, see it's at 97. It's not hot, but it is warm. So my point being, not only will this work like a laser thermometer and give you the temperature readout, but you're also visually able to see where that temperature is coming from. All right, I got the motor running, and as you can see, they are lit up like Christmas trees. That relay there, and the one in the very back. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 relays that's actually operating right now. Now, relays can be used for all kind of things that's not actually working right now. One of these is probably the fuel pump. It's definitely on and working, and I'm not sure about the others. Doesn't matter. My point is just showing you how these will glow when they're hot. So using this to find a parasitic draw makes life so much easier. And trust me, every circuit is going to have some sort of a relay. Seems to be really good on battery life too. I've been playing around with this thing for a while, and it's still got 75% power on it. And I don't mean today, I mean since I've had it. I've had this thing for close to a month. All right, so if you'll take a look at this receptacle box here, another thing these are great for is if I had like a wire coming loose on a terminal, and trust me, I have found plenty of them in my time, but I'm gonna point this at this receptacle box. Now you got a little bit of reflection going on there, a little bit of thermal glare, but if you look at the receptacles themselves, none of them are glowing. If you had a wire that was overheating due to a loose terminal, then you would definitely see that. Trust me, I have pulled out receptacles that were burnt halfway out from where that wire starts working itself loose over time. Somebody didn't tighten it down enough, and it creates a lot of heat right there. So my point being, you can walk around your house and go to each receptacle, and you can just look to see if it's nice and cool. And like I said, you got to deal, this is actually made out of metal, as you can see, so I'm picking up some of that reflective heat signature right there. But on the receptacle themselves, they're nice and cool, and you'll see the difference. You just got to learn how to know the difference between something reflective and something that's not. But the receptacles themselves, they look good. All right, this is a roll of paper towels. Just to show you that this is not a gimmick, I'm going to take my hand and we're going to place it right around these towels. Now look at there. There's the heat signature. That is pretty slick. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. You just got to be able to distinguish, you know, things that reflect, kind of like that aluminum. Now, if you turn this at a certain angle, that thermal reflection will go away. But if you turn it back another way, you'll start seeing it. It's just a reflection. As you see here as I'm passing by, that is actually heat, but it's heat being reflected from something else. This does not pick up light, it picks up heat signatures. So yeah, pretty cool tool, man. This thing, very impressive. I'm glad to have it. I've been wanting one for quite a while, and I'll probably primarily use it on automotive, but I do other work like electrical. Matter of fact, I want to go through my whole house, look at all my different receptacles to see if I got something heating up. And the reason I'm saying that, a while back, my porch light went out, changed the bulb, did not come on, so I checked voltage at the socket, no voltage, wasn't no voltage at the switch, went down to the receptacle below it, no voltage, so I kept tracing it. And the one behind the couch, it had broke connection, and when I took it off, it had burnt the whole side of that receptacle out. Couldn't see it; it was hid behind the couch. Could have been a fire. So with something like this, you can just walk around periodically once a year, check on your receptacles, make sure everything's okay. Another example. And you can probably think of other uses for this. If you can think of any, leave them in the comments. But things off the top of my head is security. If you're in a pitch black situation where you can't see anything, then this will definitely pick up human bodies or animals for that sake. A lot of security guards carry this with them when they're on patrol or whatever. Firefighters use it to see through smoke. This thing will look right through smoke. Firefighters can't see what's in there, but this can. It will detect human heat or animals to where they can get them out of there. Just a few examples. But if you're interested in this model, I'll have a link in the description box. They do have other models, some less expensive, and I believe there's one, maybe two that's even more expensive. But man, I really like this one. Well, I appreciate you watching. I'm Russ Jones with Skill Savvy DIY.